Hi, this is Michael Yan over here at SmartSoft, the developers of PressWise. All right, so let's talk about integrations. In the PressWise system, we have a tight integration with Pressero, where Pressero is going to be sending their XML or JSON here to that API endpoint, and then that is processed into an order. In PressWise, what we then would look is say, okay, here's an example Pressero order that was injected. Pretty simple one, where you can see the source was Pressero. They sent in a business card, and it was then mapped to a certain substrate, mapped to a certain press. And you can see here there's some finishing tasks like coding and foil stamping. So what they're sending in here, you can see here again without getting too technical, which I'm sure nobody likes to see how sausage is made, but we're basically Pressero is sending in our style of XML, what the bill to is, what the ship to is, what the pricing is, and here you can see it says this is the product of BC business card. Here's where PressWise is going to fetch the art for that business card, quantity, which paper, front and back inks, and the 2 finishing tasks. Okay, so what does that look on the Pressero side? If I were to quickly hop into Pressero, I think that's the link. And yeah, so Pressero's been kind enough to give us access to a test system, so I can show this. Again, in preferences here, embedded services is what we're talking about here, and there's some details that are in the PressWise system. Let me show you that real quick in the order source. So the kind of username, password kind of things, right? So if I were to click here, you can see this is the ID, password, and access code. That stuff is just punched into here. That way, that's how Pressero talks to the PressWise API. So that's pretty straightforward. As for things like sites, so if I were to go into the actual storefront, you can see here, got a little demo area here. I think we've got this one in particular. So you can see that Pressero is actually querying PressWise and saying, well, what's available for this product? Well, we can see here you could pick different papers, and you see the price is going to change. If I change the quantity, the price went up. I can pick, coding, rounded corners. They've built this out to have access to certain defaults. So here I can say I don't want any inks on the back, so obviously it's less expensive. So this is done, if I can show you that real quick, the tight integration uses something called an advanced product ID default. So this is set up. If I look at Pressero, of course I should be able to spell Pressero. There we go. Sorry about that. Fat fingers this morning. Anyway, you can see here I've set this up so we're saying, hey, when there's a business card from Pressero, these are the presses they can pick from. Here are the papers they can pick from. I have access to saying, because the paper is called 207, and but that's not going to make any sense to a human. So we give it a label saying this is what's presented. They're limiting quantities, saying you can only order these quantities. And, we've got some finishing tasks. So all that is pulled over, and pricing, if some paper pricing was changed in PressWise, then it is pulled over into Pressero. That's a very high level overview of the integration. It works very well. We've got quite a few customers who use both Pressero and PressWise together. Hope this helps.